What's going on, guys? So today I want to do a video on this. This is probably the most important piece of Zippo history. And I'm going to tell you the story of the Zippo history, which most people don't know. If you're a collector, you probably do. But even collectors oftentimes don't know about this particular piece of history. This is why this exists. All right, this was the lighter that inspired the creation and invention of what we know as a Zippo. So this is a Hurricane branded lighter. Let me zoom in so you can see the markings on the bottom. All right, you can see made in Austria. All right, there was a patent on this design back in 1912. All right, this lighter existed in the 30s. And as the story goes, and you can find this story on a variety of different websites and stuff. Some of the collector sites have more details about the story, but even Zippo's website has a little history page and you can read it, a quick excerpt about it. But as the story goes, back in the 30s, George G. Blaisdell, which if you don't know is the inventor of the Zippo lighter, he was at the Bradford Country Club, which is in Bradford, Pennsylvania, where Zippos are still made today. And he was talking with a friend at the country club, and the friend was trying to open this exact lighter, not this physical one I'm holding in my hand, but the same design. And he was struggling. He was fumbling with it. Because this has kind of a thinner case, it was dented up and beat up, and this has a removable cap. So he was struggling in trying to get the cap off. He was presumably holding something else, and he was fumbling. George was watching this while he was talking to him, and that's where he literally got the idea of taking this lighter, redesigning it a little bit, and putting on a hinge. That's all he did. When I was younger and I got into Zippo collecting and stuff and learned a little bit about him, I always just made the assumption that this guy created this entire lighter design, the insert, the padding, how the flint works, and the wheel, and the whole thing. But it's not the case. These lighters existed for decades before the Zippo came out. What George did was took an existing design, okay, look how similar this is. Same thing, insert, case, padding, flint tube, screw, spring. There's no flint in this one right now. Wick, even the chimney design is very similar. But he realized that this was cumbersome, it was inconvenient, and all he had to do was put a hinge on there. And by putting a hinge on there, he created a lighter that we all know today. I'm guaranteeing no one watching this video knows about this lighter. Every single person watching this video knows what a Zippo is. So for me, this serves as a reminder that some of the best ideas are not always original. Sometimes it's just making something that works work a little better. So this was a find on eBay. Yes, the same 4 or 5 hour stretch in the early hours of the day where I was bidding on all kinds of stuff. I happened to find this. These do pop up once in a blue moon. I've wanted it for years. Ever since I started getting serious into collecting Zippos, I always wanted this lighter. This is a very good example of it. It still has the original paint on here. You can see it's all chipped up and beat up and stuff, but oftentimes when you see these, they're just stainless steel because this paint has scratched off completely. Besides the painted versions, I've also seen one that was leather wrapped, but that's even more rare. So yeah, I mean, this was patented back in 1912. They were very much used into the 30s, and it's a really interesting story. I always loved the story of the invention of the Zippo. It is not an original idea. It's just taking an existing product and making it better. And now, like I said, it's the most recognizable lighter in the world. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you. I know a lot of people don't know the original history of the Zippo lighter. I always found it to be very fascinating. It's really cool to have the actual lighter in hand. You know, now it's part of my Zippo collection. So my favorite addition to the Zippo collection has nothing to do with Zippo whatsoever, except it was its biggest inspiration. So write down in the comments, do you carry a Zippo? If so, which one? What's cool about them is there's just so many. I'd love to know. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Take care.